Did you know that Richard Mille watches are tested under forces of up to 5,000 Gs, which is the same as an F1 crash? Think of them as micro-engineered racing machines. This is how Richard Mille watches are made. Beneath their slogan lies a philosophy that reshaped modern watchmaking forever. See, they actually make fewer than 5,000 watches per year, yet they dominate the wrists of billionaires and athletes worldwide. The guiding idea behind their creations isn't luxury, but performance. The company's motto, a racing machine on the wrist, isn't a metaphor, it's a blueprint. Each design decision is rooted in the physics of speed, impact, and endurance. When traditional Swiss brands chase heritage and elegance, they fuse motorsport engineering with haute horology, turning timepieces into wearable machines. From the shape of the case to the materials inside, like carbon composites, titanium, alloys, and graphene, everything serves a function first, aesthetics second. Every surface, curve, and screw has a mechanical reason for existing, because in their world, beauty isn't carved, it's calculated. It wouldn't be safe to say that these watches are a declaration against compromise, as they're engineered for zero margin of error. Every micron, torque value, and the minutest of vibration is analyzed, measured, and perfected beyond standard tolerances. To understand the genius, we need to look at what the company is building with. Each case begins as a solid block of carbon TPT, which is over 600 microscopic layers of carbon fiber, each just 30 microns thick, fused together at 120 degrees Celsius under immense pressure. It's actually the same process used in Formula One chassis and aerospace components. Here, titanium alloys, Lidl, and graphene composites replace gold and steel. These materials aren't chosen for luxury, they're chosen for performance. Each is harder to machine, more expensive to produce, and infinitely more resilient. Inside the milling rooms, 5-axis CNC machines carve the shaped case with terrifying precision. It's a design with no flat surfaces, meaning even a minor misalignment can destroy hours of work. The result feels impossibly light, yet nearly indestructible, a watch that could survive a race crash. To maintain perfect structural balance, all carbon layers' grain direction is rotated exactly 45 degrees before fusion. This is a method borrowed directly from aerospace manufacturing to ensure unmatched torsonial strength. But even the toughest shell needs a living heart, and that's what comes next. At the core of these watches lies a movement that looks more like the engine of a Formula One car than it does a traditional watch. Each movement is assembled under a microscope. What you see here is a process that could take up to 550 hours for a single tourbillon. The foundation is a titanium or carbon base plate that has been chosen for both rigidity and weight reduction. Above it, floating bridges suspend the gears and mainspring barrel midair, giving the mechanism a sense of levitation. These skeletonized movements aren't just aesthetic marvels. All of these serve a very practical purpose. Less mass means greater shock resistance, allowing the watch to endure the kind of G-forces that would destroy most timepieces. The finishing is as per tradition. We're talking hand-polished bevels, mirror surfaces, and satin brushing performed under magnification by master watchmakers. Each completed caliber isn't just tested for accuracy, but it's also stress-tested much like machinery built for combat. Every part that moves needs a case that can survive a crash. The case is engineered in a way that competitors might struggle to touch. Each case consists of over 70 individual components. A CNC machine runs for more than 20 hours to achieve tolerances that fall within 1/100th of a millimeter. Its signature sandwich architecture, bezel, middle, and caseback, has to align with microscopic precision despite every surface being curved. There are literally no flat pieces or any easy assembly points. And still, each one of the contours has to seal perfectly to keep out even dust particles. And it does. What you see here is the result of a seamless fusion of art and aerospace. With screws torque balanced, joints vacuum tight, and curves mathematically optimized for structural strength. The sapphire crystal, carved into axes, alone takes days to shape and polish without distortion. All of these screw and crown components undergo individual pressure and impact testing. What this does is ensure that the case can survive not just immersion, but physical shock that is actually comparable to a car crash. When the case finally comes together, beauty is almost an accident. What they really build is resilience disguised as luxury. What happens inside this fortress will push watchmaking physics even further. Every prototype endures gut-wrenching torture that over the years has been disguised as testing. These cases are dropped from several meters, vibrated for hours at frequencies that would shatter most movements, and even baked in extreme temperatures before being dropped to sub-zero temperatures and frozen, all to expose any weaknesses. And this is what proves that their goal is pure survival, not luxury. The company calls this F1-grade durability for a reason, because the same engineers who design race car suspensions test these watches under identical vibration parameters. Every tolerance is measured down to microns, every impact mapped with accelerometers. If a screw shifts even by a fraction, the model fails and is taken apart instantly. And to prove that their watches aren't built for display cabinets, they handed them to athletes who would destroy ordinary watches in seconds. Rafael Nadal's RM2701 survived 10,000 Gs of acceleration during matches. Bubba Watson's RM38 took violent club vibrations without losing a second. There's also some real-world examples proving them to be much more than just luxury accessories. They've earned a reputation as endurance machines, but are still disguised as art. In a world that's obsessed with flawless design, they're building for chaos. But there's one thing that's even rarer than the materials, and that's time itself. Behind every piece lies a very human heartbeat that is steady, deliberate, and simply irreplaceable. Inside the workshops, rows of these artisans work under high-tech microscopes. They spend hours polishing bridges that are no wider than a fine hair. It's as if motion is measured in breaths. Even their training takes years. They've learned to master tools that most people will never even touch. They're regularly performing tasks the machines still can't replicate. They polish titanium until it reflects light like glass. They adjust gears smaller than dust, and assemble components with tweezers steadier than a surgeon's hand. Because even one misplaced touch can ruin a week's work, and there's absolutely zero margin for error. Yet, amid all this precision, what defines the watch isn't really the metal. Clearly, it's the patience. These craftspeople know that perfection doesn't come from automation. It comes from restraint, repetition, and pride. The irony is kind of poetic here. The world's most advanced timepieces depend on the oldest tool of all, human hands. And that silence between assembly and motion, you realize every tick is more than just mechanical. Inside spotless white rooms, the final assembly begins, the point where months of invisible labor all come together. Components, from the cage to the sapphire crystal, are fitted by hand. Something as minor as dust is considered an enemy, as even a single speck can alter performance. The air itself is filtered to surgical standards. Once assembled, each watch faces a final gauntlet. There are accuracy tests, shock tests, pressure tests, before it earns the Mille name. Out of tens of thousands of components built each year, fewer than 5,000 ever leave the workshop. Each one is logged, certified, and packaged like a scientific instrument, because that's exactly what it is. The philosophy is simple but uncompromising. These aren't timepieces made to rest behind glass. They're built to survive G-forces, heat, and chaos, and still measure every second with grace. What about you? Would you ever spend $500,000 on a watch built for survival? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.